You are listening to Directions from a Spiritual Tour Guide podcast. I am your host, Shanel Scott. I'm a psychic medium and energy healer who has been supporting those on a spiritual journey for over a decade. I'm your tour guide into the world of the unknown, showing you that the magic of the universe is at your fingertips. I believe spirituality is simple and fun, and this podcast will make it easily accessible, giving you the real talk on all things divine and spiritual, helping you to step into the flow. Manifesting your dreams because we all deserve to be living our best life. Are you ready for an adventure? Hello, Sunshines, and welcome to a new episode of Directions from a Spiritual Tour Guide podcast. This week we are talking about choosing who you're going to see. This is psychics, this is mediums, this is healers. You need to be decisive. You need to be choosy about who you need to go and see. And this has come up a bit lately, so it's always time when I hear it over and over, it's time to revisit it. I am very particular about who I go and see to do energy work or manual work. My osteopath, although they may not admit it, I believe is incredibly intuitive. My RMT is also a shamanic healer. And then when it comes to coaching, having a session, having energy work done, I'm really particular in who has access to my energy. I'm very sensitive, and I am pretty clear about where I need assistance. So I need to go to someone that I know that is able to help me with what I need to do. And I have learned over my years that my go-to can change once I've gone as far as I can with that person. But I am very decisive around who I'm choosing to work with and who has access to my energy. And you should too. Back in the day, there was many times that I visited a psychic fair and wandered around and left again because there was nobody that I felt my energy connect to. It is important for us to feel comfortable with the person that we are letting into our energy. Being on the other side of that, as the person who has to tap into your energy, I also need you to be comfortable. If you are skeptic or you are unsure about letting us into your energy, we can't read it. Because I shouldn't say that. I am somebody that works very ethically. And if you have walls up, I will pick that up because you are not letting me into your energy. And ethically, I don't want in if you don't want to share. It is not my job to tap into anybody and everybody's energies. It is my job to connect with those that have requested it. That's not saying that things don't come in. They do. But I'm very mindful of who I'm connecting my energy to. Who has given me permission to connect to their energy and in which way. When we hold back, you can affect the reading that you're receiving. That is skeptic. That is, I don't want to hear what you're saying. I'm not ready to move forward to transform. There are so many reasons. But again, this comes down to, did you connect with someone who you are comfortable with? Now, I get asked about what it is that I do. And I have a lot of skill sets, and I bring to the table whatever I need in the moment. I do book specific appointments, things like animal communication or energy work, medical intuition, past life regression. There are things that I do that are very specific, but a lot of my sessions are more general in the sense that they are a little more open to whatever is needed in that moment. What I see, again, is this piece of, as a healer, as a psychic, as a medium, what are you offering people? Be really clear about that. It's really important to be clear that this is what I'm doing. When I do an energy session with people, I'm very clear about what it is that I'm offering them. Now, I get it. My regular sessions aren't as clear, but that's because I'm pulling from all of my tools to give you what you need. I still ask you why you've come here so that we're clear on that part and we can answer that and give you what you need, but the universe will always give you exactly what you need regardless. What I see, though, is this piece of like people posting on the moms groups on Facebook. I see it all the time. I'm looking for a psychic medium. I'm looking for a psychic. I'm looking for a medium. And it's like, but why are you looking for one? If I'm not the right one for you, I would love to direct you to the one that might be a better fit for you. Vice versa. So be clear about why you're coming for a session, and that can be helpful in choosing someone who is the right fit for you. In that same breath, you also need to be aware that there is no governing body, that there is no, this is what a Reiki teacher is. There is such a freedom in labeling ourselves, in what we offer, and how we've been taught. I've been to Reiki certifications where I've gone, well, you didn't teach me anything. I've done other ones where I'm like, oh my God, I know exactly what I'm doing right now. When I teach my students, I'm very clear about what it is that we need to obtain and how long it's going to take to get there. And then I'm open for support afterwards to ensure that they know what they need. But how I teach Reiki is going to be different how the next person teaches Reiki. The fact that I'm a medical intuitive and have done, hundreds of hours of training is irrelevant because somebody else might call themselves a medical intuitive and have had zero training, it's something spiritually that they've been shown. There is no governing bodies. There are no certifications and rules and so on and so forth. So when you are going to see someone, you need to feel comfortable with what they are offering you. And if you are not clear about what it is that they're offering you, ask more questions. You have every right to. And I'm not saying this to scare you. Reiki is simply an energy that is channeled through us. It is divine energy that is shared. But I know people that will do a Reiki session and say nothing through the whole thing. I know people that will do a Reiki session and talk and tell you what they're picking up throughout the whole thing. I know people that do different forms of modalities and they will, everything is different. I'm not saying anything is bad. I'm just saying, know what you're doing and who you're sitting out with. Be aware of who it is that you're connecting with and why you are there. If you are going to see someone, make sure that they are the right fit for what it is that you need so that you are not disappointed on the other side of it. I feel like I could just ramble for days around this subject. It is one that I really believe deeply in. And I guess, for me, I hold a lot of ethics and integrity in the work that I do. And I also am somebody that I don't want to work with someone if they're not the right fit. And that's me with them or them with me. I'm somebody that is really important. But there are plenty of people out there that are just in it for the money or the glory, and they'll just, work with you anyways. I just encourage you to be mindful, to pay attention to who you are going to see and why you are going to see them. Don't just take Joe Blow, or don't just go to so-and-so because everybody says like they're the cat's meow. That is also not necessarily the right way to go. I've seen some expensive, fully booked psychics that are really unethical. On the other hand, there are some really amazing ones out there that charge crazy amounts or have ridiculous, waiting lists. This podcast isn't about deterring you from going to see other people or deterring you from seeing people at all. I'm not directing you to me. That's not what I'm doing at all either. I am really encouraging you to pay attention. What modality are you going to see someone for? Are you feeling connected to who they are? Do you trust in what they're doing? Are they clear about what it is that they're offering you in this session? Do you feel comfortable? Whether that's on Zoom or in person, are you comfortable with going to where you need to go to see this person? All of those things are really valid and really important. I always suggest check somebody's website out, look at their social media. It gives you a feel for who someone is. It is important to not just be willy-nilly. It is important to pay attention to your energy. Okay. I feel like I've just talked in circles and ranted, but I really have a passion for seeing people heal and to really get the information and the knowledge, the understanding that they need to be able to step into the healing that they need, to release the things that are heavy and to step forward with more lightness. My goal is for people to always feel lighter than when they came in. So I hope that that's what you find with whoever you go to see, for whatever modality it is. Do you feel better when you leave again? And that's what's important. So again, I'll rant until the cows come home. Make sure you're doing your due diligence. Make sure you're feeling connected to who you're going to see and why you're going to see them. And get what you need to be able to step into some lightness, into some freedom, and to step into whatever's next for you. From my heart and soul to yours. Until the next time, bye now.